May God, who has begun this good work in you, bring it to fulfillment.
Years ago, when I started to discern the call to priesthood, I had the privilege of going to daily Mass at the convent in Butler. And the convent was the home of many Sisters of Mercy. And one of the sisters, an elderly sister, Sister Giuseppe, she knew that I was discerning the call to priesthood. And she said, "Steve, if you really want to figure out if God is calling you to the priesthood, you really got to be in it to know it." And what she was encouraging me to do was to get involved, not only in the community, but in the parish, and to be able to serve Christ by serving people, to make my love for Jesus visible in my love for people. And I followed her advice, and that really helped me to discern that call to priesthood. And a couple of years later, I entered the seminary, and boy, am I thankful, for Sister's advice. And Sister Giuseppe continues to be a great source of encouragement. Today, the Church celebrates the solemnity of our Lord Jesus Christ, King of the universe. And as I celebrate this solemnity, I can't help but think of during the Christmas season, we celebrate Epiphany, and how the wise men come bringing their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And you might see that we already have our Christmas tree up here at the seminary, just part of our activities with the seminarians. And part of the decorations is the beautiful nativity set underneath. And as the wise men brought their gifts, we all know this story tells us that they were warned in a dream not to go home the same way because they were avoiding Herod, and they went home a different way. But they went home different. They went home changed because of their encounter with Christ. My dear family, as we celebrate today's solemnity, Christ wants each of us to be different after we encounter him. As we celebrate the solemnity of Christ the King today, perhaps you're trying to discern a call to priesthood or to the religious life, or maybe to the diaconate. I just encourage you to take the advice of Sister Giuseppe. You got to be in it to know it. If you want to really find out if Christ is calling you to be a religious sister or brother, a deacon or a priest, get involved, volunteer, share your gifts, your time, your talent, your treasures, share them, make your love for Christ visible in your love for others. And if you do that, it'll become clear to you if he's calling you to that service as a religious, as a deacon, or as a priest. So today, as we celebrate that great solemnity, our Lord Jesus Christ, King of the universe, think about the gifts you have. Think about how our Lord wants you to use them. But more importantly, think of how our Lord is asking each of us to make our love for him visible through our love for others.